Welcome back to the Bible Reading Project. You're listening to the Bible Reading Project with Charles and Ryan on 97.1.
Radio. I like this better.
Me too.
It's a little more laid back, less banter. You know what my wife actually said today at lunch? She said, I don't like your radio voice.
Yeah.
And you came to my defense.
Yeah.
Because what did you say?
You're using your real voice.
You're using your
You
real
don't change
voice.
your voice.
I don't change my voice.
I've been around people who change their voice on a microphone,
Right.
whether it's on a stage or whatever,
Right.
and I don't like that.
And
And I can still tolerate you here.
I felt like instantaneously you were part of my family. I was going to put you in the will because publicly she said, I don't like the Bible Reading Project because of your radio voice.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even care that she could beat you up because you went straight for her throat, man. And you're like, no, he doesn't. And I was like, yes, finally somebody's standing up for me in front of my wife because I'm scared of her.
Yeah.
But not you. And you said, no, that's his normal voice. So
I'm going to say this publicly because I know she doesn't watch. I'm kind of afraid of her too because
Right.
all she has to do is tell you, fire Ryan.
Yeah, there's no way. We're tight, man. Not me and you. No, I'm not firing you. But here's what I'm going to do right now on the Bible Reading Project because you came to my defense as a brother in arms when my wife made fun of me and you stuck up for me. I'm going to Venmo you right now $10.
Oh, man. Yes.
Yeah, so thanks for standing up to me to protect me from my wife, just so people will know. And I want to do it public so people could read it too, because I want people to know I'm a giver. So publicly, I just gave you $10 on
Boom.
Venmo.
Thank you.
And then I like what we do because you'll give me back about 11, then I'll give you 20, and we just keep. But it's giving,
Right.
So there you go, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. It's a great week this week. Psalm chapter 16 through 20, all week long to the Bible Reading Project. But our special guest, Katie. We got Katie all week. You think you're going to get in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me what she's going to do because she lives in Virginia.
Yeah.
What is she going to cut you off or something? Like, what's mom going to do? We're honoring her. The Bible says in Ephesians 6, honor your father and mother. We're honoring her.
Yeah, she's going to call me
Oh, God.
and say, what did you do that for? She didn't talk like that, but
Now you're really in trouble because she's going to say, you just said I talk
yeah.
like that.
She's going to call me yesterday,
Okay.
and I'm just going to say, wait till tomorrow.
Oh, I love that. I love it. So we're just going to kind of banter toward her because she loves us. She supports us.
Yep.
Real question. This is a hard question.
Okay.
Does she send us money? I've never checked.
Yeah, she sent us
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. So thanks to mom for sending us some coffee. And we're going to try the whole year-long coffee subscription again.
Yeah.
Are you feeling good this for Trivia Thursday?
To be honest, no.
Okay, well, I want to give. Here's the sad thing. Can I just say something that's sad? I've already gotten the subscription. The coffee's coming.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out who to give it
Who
to.
send it to.
Man, that's on your shoulders.
All right,
So
I feel the
I
pressure.
need you to pray up, man, and read your Bible every day and do something. And
You know what would probably help
what?
is if you selected me, and then I would probably just
You
get
just
it.
play for yourself to
Yeah.
win your own coffee.
Yeah, of
Wait,
course.
I do it. I just usually scroll.
Then my brain will just like, boom, got it.
I scroll, and then whatever it lands on, we pick.
Yeah.
So I think I felt so bad. Barbara Payne was it last week. I'm just going to give her a free bag.
Yeah.
Right. You know, she don't get the whole year, but at least a bag. But
That
you
would be
couldn't get
nice.
anything. And I'm sorry, you got me this.
I do.
And I need to go ahead and put it on. Kind of the hipster pastor.
Yeah.
So flat bill.
Right.
You don't like that though, do you?
I don't.
So real quick before we dive into chapter 70, why flat versus curved?
I like the curve because it makes me look like more humble.
More humble.
Yeah.
So the straight.
Like this says I'm arrogant.
Okay.
I want my stuff is, I guess, new.
So I've got the arrogant hat. You've got the humble hat.
This is the humble.
Let me
hat.
just try that and see if I feel more humble. You got a bigger
got a
head
big
than me.
head.
Well, yeah. Wait. I mean, I do feel my spirit calm.
Yeah.
It got calmer.
Right.
I've never known that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Just what a few
Amazing.
degrees.
A few degrees off. I'm still going to go with the prideful look.
That's all right.
Ego. Psalm 17. It's great, man. I'm loving the Psalms. Are you liking the Psalms?
I love it.
Why don't you jump in, New Living Translation today, read that. And then what we're asking people to do is just hang on this Psalm all day long on a Tuesday.
Right.
Read it and let something speak to you. That's all we're trying to do is what speaks to us, trying to make it practical for the world we live in. So have at it and read, and then we'll jump in.
All right, Psalm 17. This is a prayer of David. O Lord, hear my plea for justice. Listen to my cry for help. Pay attention to my prayer, for it comes from honest lips. Declare me innocent, for you see those who do right. You have tested my thoughts and examined my heart in the night. You have scrutinized me and found nothing wrong. I am determined not to sin in what I say. I have followed your commands, which keep me from following cruel and evil people. My steps have stayed on your path. I have not wavered from following you. I am praying to you because I know you will answer, O God. Bend down and listen as I pray. Show me your unfailing love in wonderful ways. By your mighty power, you rescue those who seek refuge from their enemies. Guard me as you would guard your own eyes. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. Protect me from wicked people who attack me, from murderous enemies who surround me. They are without pity. Listen to their boasting. They track me down and surround me, watching for the chance to throw me to the ground. They are like hungry lions, eager to tear me apart, like young lions hiding in ambush. Arise, O Lord, stand against them and bring them to their knees. Rescue me from the wicked with your sword. By the power of your hand, O Lord, destroy those who look to this world for their reward. But satisfy the hunger of your treasured ones. May their children have plenty, leaving an inheritance for their descendants. Because I am righteous, I will see you. When I awake, I will see your face. I will see you face to face and be satisfied.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
That's deep. You ever notice how all the Psalms, he's seeming to always talking about all the enemies that are against
right.
him?
Yeah.
I mean, these people hate me. These people hate me. And then he says things like, hey, just kill them, God, slap them in the face, do crude things. Why do you think there's such a dichotomy between this godly man versus all these people that can't stand him, trying to kill him? Is it because he's a king? Maybe they don't like him, and so they're going to take his nation over. He kind of likens it to it's not really being a king, it's about his godliness.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of the way I read it. Like maybe because he is a king or whatever, and he's, that people are trying to kill him, but it just lends itself that there's always this antagonistic thing in his life. The evil, wicked people who are trying to crush him, kill him, annihilate him, and then him always saying, God, man, do this to my enemies, but in the same measure, protect me, rescue me, keep me, be a shield about me. It's weird today. It's like today, especially in America, it's like, we just don't have that kind of dichotomy as a Christian.
Yeah.
We just kind of, hey, evil people, we hang out with them. People that don't really serve the Lord, it doesn't matter. They're my best friends. I wonder how well we do with our faith when it's antagonized. Ever been a time in your life when you knew that your faith was on the chopping block with the way people saw it, a compromise where you either going to have to go over here or you're going to have to cut it off? This line, you said it yesterday, bad company corrupts good morals, right? The people we hang out with can corrupt us.
Right.
I just don't see a lot of that in our faith anymore. Yeah. That's almost sounds so judgmental. Like I am not going to stop hanging out with bad people. I'm going to hang out with them, and it's really not going to impact me at all, because I don't think we like faith to have this antagonistic tone behind it. Right. We just want it to be easy, especially in America. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've never had a line drawn on the sand for me in the sense of, you either conform this way or bye.
Why? Ever had friends that didn't serve the Lord?
I've had people that didn't serve God, but they knew I was a Christian and I didn't do things like cuss and sleep around and stuff like that in high school. But we still hung out together. We still
Okay.
had fun together.
So when it went one way and they're going to do things you didn't want to do, how'd you handle it?
I just went home.
Okay.
I just disconnected at that point,
Okay. For good or just in the moment?
just in the moment.
okay.
And then the next day we would go back and hang out and
Okay.
do our thing. And then, but it was never like they were going off and doing deviant things
Sure.
most of the time.
Sure. Just things you weren't comfortable with. Why does that feel so hard for a Christian to have a great friend, but that friend maybe not living godly? Why is it so hard to cut the friendship or to just say, I'm going home? Because it seems like compromise is so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to be a jerk. I don't want to say, well, I can't do this anymore. I can't hang out anymore. It was different for me in high school. There was a clear cut. I was living wrong, doing things were not right, biblically were not right, and had a group of friends that were great friends. But every time I was hanging out with them, I would drink and get drunk, you know? I mean, they were great dudes. It's just like, it wasn't anything motivating me to be more Christ-like. It was just, I want to go have fun. It's high school. And my youth pastor back then pointed his finger in my face and said, hey, buddy, it's time for you to get your life right. I knew immediately what I needed to do. I needed to stop dating the girlfriend that I was not living godly with, and I needed to cut ties with the guys that, not that they were good and bad versus good, but just that where they were going versus where I was going, or felt God wanted me to go to be more Christ-like. It was too much of a temptation. I wasn't strong enough. And so I just went to him and said, hey, man, I can't hang out anymore. Of course, you know how guys are. Call each other names, cuss each other, you know, And I broke up with my girlfriend. For me, it was tough. It was because I like people. I'm relational. And so I'm sitting at home for a couple of months with no friends. You know, and I'll never forget, they called me and said, Mark, come out with us, you know, come hang out. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know. But I did. And sure enough, it was 40 minutes later. I had a Busch beer in my hand, drinking it up, you know. So I think that is a challenge of learning how to live godly without feeling like I'm going to be a jerk or think I'm better than other people. Like if I tell my friend, no, oh, you think you're better than me? Or so how do you think you practically teach someone to draw a line in the sand? I would say without being a jerk, but maybe sometimes the line needs to be drawn pretty boldly. But let me ask it that way. How do you boldly draw a line in the sand for godliness when it concerns people like a friend or that you're close to? What would your advice be?
Yeah, because that's hard, right? I have advice, but it's hard because like I don't want to be rejected first, right? But then I also, if they know I'm a believer, and I'm supposed to be Jesus, like I don't want to reject them either, right? But at some point, sometimes for a period of time, you do have to draw a line in the sand because you have to get your heart right. You have to, because they're just, gravity always pulls down. They're always going to pull you down. So I would just say my practical advice is, if you're going to say no to something, I'm going to say no to hanging out with these friends because they influence me negatively. I always find myself in a bad spot, in a place where I feel full of shame. I know I've fallen short. And I have to say no to something. I always need something bigger to say yes to. So whatever I'm saying no to, I need something else to fill it with a yes. And my yes has to be bigger. Otherwise I'll go back eventually. And so, if I'm going to say no to this group of friends, I need a group that I can say yes to. And I think I'm going back, see Monday, that we have to get into this, to the relationship, to community, to like-minded people. I have to find somewhere where I can say yes. Is it awkward? Is it new? Is it fresh? Does it take time to develop? Yes, absolutely. But at least you're saying yes to it. You're beginning to develop it. It doesn't happen overnight, but you get into that group of community, a small group, a church, whatever, and you develop that. And I think that's how you practically do it.
Yeah, and I think to change the way you think about it, right? Like, I don't want to tell them no because they'll think I'm judging them or I'm better than them or that I don't, versus don't even worry about that. It's not about are they worse or better than you, or it's about what do you want to accomplish? And if that's hurting you, well, just go accomplish what you need to accomplish, you know, to serve God. And it's not about making a statement of judgment that you're better than them, but just the way I want to run, I'm running. And I think that's why it's so hard. David just seems to be like, yeah, man, they're my enemies, want nothing to do with them. And, hacksaw it, but it's not always as easy as he makes it look, especially when the person that would be like the enemy is a friend.
Right.
They're just hurting your life, and they're hurting your testimony. They're hurting your character.
Right.
And because you keep hanging out with the wrong people. And so to be able to cut that off in a godly way, to say, man, I got to go toward healing here. I love what you said. I got to go to something bigger than the problem. So, man, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. We will see you tomorrow, Hump Day Wednesday.